It was supposed to be just one day. Maya had never planned to fill in for her older sister, Clara, who worked as a nanny for a wealthy family in the upscale neighborhood on the edge of town. Clara had come down with a sudden fever that morning, her voice hoarse and her body aching. With a pleading look and barely a whisper, she said, "Please, Maya, just one day. Just keep Lily company. It's easy, she's a sweet kid." Maya hesitated. She had her own world to handle, freelance design jobs, job interviews, endless bills, and a heart still raw from the betrayal of a boyfriend who disappeared the moment life got tough. But she couldn't say no to Clara. Her sister had been her rock during their turbulent childhood after their parents' divorce, and Maya owed her far more than just a favor. So she found herself standing at the entrance of a mansion that looked like it had been plucked straight from a movie set. The house was modern, with glass walls and ivy crawling up one side. Everything screamed luxury and silence, the kind of silence that only came from money insulating the world from chaos. Maya took a breath and rang the bell. The door opened almost immediately. A tall woman with sleek dark hair greeted her. "You must be Clara's sister." "I'm Evelyn, the house manager." Maya nodded politely and stepped inside, her shoes clicking against the pristine marble floor. Before she could take it all in, a little voice echoed from the stairs. "Auntie Clara?" A little girl no older than 5 stood there, holding a teddy bear by one arm, looking confused. Maya softened. "Hey, sweetie. I'm Maya. Clara's sister. I'll be your nanny for the day." The girl, Lily, blinked, then ran down the stairs and threw her arms around Maya's waist. "You smell like pancakes," she said, giggling. It made Maya laugh too. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad. The day passed like a slow movie. Lily was curious, chatty, and full of energy. They painted together, played hide-and-seek, and built a castle out of blankets. For a while, Maya forgot her own worries. Lily had a way of asking questions that made Maya think, deep questions, the kind kids blurt out when adults are too distracted to notice. "Why don't you have kids?" she asked at one point, innocently. Maya paused, caught off guard, and just smiled. Maybe someday. What Maya didn't know was that someone had been watching. From the second-floor balcony, concealed behind a half-open door, a man had stood silently, observing the woman who had unexpectedly stepped into his daughter's life. Daniel Monroe was a man with too much money and not enough peace. A self-made tech millionaire, he had built an empire from a college dorm room and sacrificed nearly everything to keep it running: his marriage, time with Lily, and even his sense of connection to the real world. His ex-wife had left 2 years ago, saying she didn't sign up to raise a daughter alone while Daniel was always away chasing numbers on a screen. Since then, he had tried to make up for it by hiring the best nannies, giving Lily the best toys, and building the safest house. But none of it had seemed to matter. Lily was still distant, quiet, sometimes even sad. Until today. From his hidden spot, he heard laughter echoing through the halls for the first time in months. He heard Lily speak with ease, play with joy, and ask questions like her world felt safe again. And the woman behind it all, Maya, was unlike anyone he had met. She didn't act like the others. There was no stiffness, no pretension. She wasn't intimidated by the house or the wealth. She didn't try to impress. She was simply present. Daniel finally came downstairs just before dinner. Evelyn introduced him with a quiet, "Mr. Monroe, this is Maya, Clara's sister." Maya turned and froze. He was handsome, more than she expected. With sharp features, kind eyes, and a quiet confidence. He wore jeans and a casual button-up, not the suit she had imagined. He held out his hand. "Maya," he said, voice calm. "Thank you for helping today. Lily seems to like you." "She's a great kid," Maya replied, trying to keep her cool, though something about his presence felt magnetic. Over dinner, they all sat together. It felt oddly natural. Maya shared silly stories about her art school days. Lily kept laughing, and Daniel, he listened. Really listened. As the evening rolled on, Maya could feel something shifting. Not romance, at least not yet, but a strange kind of recognition, as if two people from different worlds had found a quiet, invisible bridge between them. When it was time to leave, Daniel walked her to the door. "I'm grateful you came today," he said. "It was just one day," she replied with a smile. "But it was a good one." As Maya stepped outside, she didn't realize that her life had just changed. Over the next few days, Clara recovered, but Daniel didn't ask for her back. He called Maya instead. "I think Lily's asking for you," he said. "Anne. I wouldn't mind seeing you again either." Maya hesitated. "I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I'm not a nanny, Daniel. I'm just figuring things out." "That's what makes you perfect," he said. "You're real. And that's what we need." So Maya agreed. What started as one day turned into a week, then a month. Slowly, she became part of their world. Not because she tried to fit in, but because she never pretended to be someone else. Daniel and Maya grew closer. They talked late into the night, sitting under the stars on the balcony. He shared his regrets. She opened up about her dreams. They laughed, argued, and sometimes sat in silence without needing to speak. It wasn't easy. The press found out eventually. Rumors swirled. "Millionaire dating Nanny," the headlines screamed. But Maya stood her ground. She didn't care for the noise. She cared for Lily. And, eventually, she cared deeply for Daniel. One day, while walking in the garden with Lily skipping ahead, Daniel stopped Maya. "You changed our lives," he said softly. "And I didn't even see you coming." Maya smiled. "That makes two of us." Then, in that quiet garden, as Lily picked daisies, Daniel got down on one knee, not with grandeur or cameras, but with sincerity in his eyes. "I don't need more money, Maya. I need a partner. I need you." Tears welled up in her eyes. "I said I was only here for one day," she whispered. "And I'm hoping you'll stay for a lifetime." She nodded, not because it was a fairy tale ending, but because it felt right. Not perfect, but real. And that, in the end, was more than enough. Message to the viewers. Sometimes, what feels like a temporary stop in life turns out to be the beginning of something extraordinary. Be open to the unexpected. The most beautiful stories often begin when you're just doing someone a favor.